to, after over a week, finally another video. Now, I've been pretty busy lately, so that's basically one of the main reasons why I haven't uploaded a video. But because I don't want to explain it all in this video, and then I have nothing to talk about in my vlog over the weekend, I'll just leave all the details about it on my vlog. So if you're curious, by the time that you're watching the video, chances are vlog is going to be up. So yeah, just go ahead and watch it. So today we are going to be working on a game. I'm going to continue working on a game, and kind of previewing it, and possibly some spoilers of a game that I've been working on called Meme Madness. Basically, in Meme Madness, what it is, it's a fighting game with memes, pretty much. And so there's going to be like a big character select screen. There's going to be a bunch of different memes. Like so far, I think I have the sprites for Ouija, Malio, Nyan Cat, Shoop-Da-Whoop, it's over 9,000, Akinator, and I actually have more crabs. He's just not imported yet. Yeah, so those are all the characters for now. Except, well, basically what's happened is, when I first started working on Meme Madness, what happened is I really don't care if you guys see my desktop, but here, look, it's my desktop. I don't hide anything. Here, look, and here's my start menu. And yeah, maybe you'll see me browsing through stuff. I don't hide anything. So if for some reason you really want to know something that's on my desktop, like for example, this must do it, Gangnam Style, parody, Butter Style, for Scada's Minecraft. Yeah, there. It's one thing. Have any questions? I'm not hiding anything. If you want to know what something is, ask me. I will respond to you. 'Cause, again, I don't hide anything. So you want to know? I'm an open book. I will tell you everything. Yeah. So, I'll show you what Meme Madness used to be, real quick, so that you kind of get a little backstory of it. At first, I searched up a fighting engine, for like Game Maker, because, well, when I started working on it, I was not very good at Game Maker, and I was just also very lazy. And so I didn't want to make a fighting engine all by myself, so I just got someone else's fighting engine, slapped on some new sprites and a few new game mechanics, like attacks when they bump into each other, they like get destroyed instead of just going through each other and stuff like that. So I added a few new mechanics, changed the sprites. Except then I realized, well, the background for the title select isn't even mine. Like, 1 minute. The volume I know is going to be way too high, or at least for me, because I'm wearing my headset to have quality sound. 1 minute. Well, luckily this part doesn't have sound, but well, yeah, because I'm trying to have more quality videos. So like, yeah, I'm using my headset instead of using my webcam. But so anyway, this is well, this background again, just got it from Google Images. This layout, it's not mine, but I did use these fonts and stuff. But this, the fight logo, not mine. Green button thing, mine. And then, well, sprites and stuff, I wouldn't really make my own sprites, because, like, come on. Like, I've seen Nyan Cat, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to probably end up calling it Nyan, or Nyan. But anyway, so, Nyan Cat, sometimes I've seen, like, fan games of him. I've even seen some on Xbox Live Store. They have his sprites, so I think why not use sprites, except I'm not using stuff like a normal Ouija sprite. I'm using where he originated from, so it kind of looks a little pixely and video game-ish, and same thing goes for Shoop-Da-Whoop. Well, he's not from something, but yeah, pixely and stuff. So, here, I'll just show you this. Well, basically how this works is you left-click to pick who you play. Oh, this says Rick Roll, because it was originally going to be Rick Roll, then I scrapped the idea. But this guy isn't even finished. But anyway, so I'm going to be Ouija because he's my favorite. Even though in this engine, everyone is the same. They just look different. Even their hit box is the same. So I'm going to fight Shoop-Da-Whoop. So fight. And then 2 levels. These are even in my version. Nyan Space and the over 9,000 scene. So first I'll show you the over 9,000 scene since it was the first one I made. Alright, so basically, You walk around, you can jump, you have a weak attack. Well, you have a punch or kick, depending on who you are. So this is like a falcon kick. I've seen Ouija do it in a lot of YouTube poops. Yeah, and then he can also do Ouija stare. I don't want it. Here, look, Ouija stare. And then he can shoot spaghetti. And if you listen closely, I'll be quiet. He goes, lots of spaghetti. Don't make fun of my impersonation of him. But yeah. That's what he does, and that's a strong attack. That I actually did, though, because originally there was only a weak, one attack and one punch, and then everything else is pretty much the same. So I added weak attack and strong attack. And, well, because there's no energy bar or anything in this, again, see a hitbox? The hitbox is, I think, his chin and under. And that's how everyone's hitbox is. But anyway, so, oh yeah, I just won. But yeah. That's kind of how this one works. I'll just show you real quick. Someone else, like, I don't know, not Shoop Dope, over 9,000, and Nyan Cat in Nyan Space. Hey, I'm Vegeta versus Nyan Cat. Who's gonna win? But yeah, so, in my version of it that I made, well, actually, because what happened is, when I first started working on this, even though it was an engine and it's free to use, some people mean that in different ways. Some people mean you can use it, but you need to give them credit. Some people say you can just use it, no credit needed, you can claim it as your own. And some people say no credit needed, but you just can't claim it as your own. Some people say no commercial use, stuff like that. He didn't have any details whatsoever on his Game Maker forum post. So obviously I'm not going to make and release a game. That's why you're not going to get a download link to this ever, probably. Sorry. Because, yeah, I asked him for permission, stuff about it. He never responded to me. So, yeah. Well, basically, so what ended up happening is, because it's been almost a year, literally, I checked just maybe a few weeks ago, and it says 10 months. 1 second, guys. I need to pause the recording. Okay, oh yeah, I'm also trying a new feature in Bandicam where you can pause it. Yeah, hopefully that'll work. But yeah, so, what was I talking about? Oops, sorry if that was in the way the entire time. I think it was. I don't know, I didn't pay attention to it. Anyway, so, yeah, I just didn't really want to use something that I would get the creator raging at me about, and then I'd have a finished game that I'd have to completely redo. So, right there, right in the middle of making the Akinator character, I just said, you know what? I can't do this. I need to make a new game basically from the ground up. So what I did is, only thing that I kept was sprites because, well, one, I replaced them with all my stuff. Sprites and sounds because, well, yeah, I replaced with all my stuff except for the sound effects, which are, like, free to use for, like, anyone. They're from, like, game-making websites and stuff. So, yeah, those I'm going to keep and implement later. But, so my version, here, just give you a little sneak peek of my codes and stuff. Also, here, and yes, I know stuff about it. I can use it. I have things for Game Maker. I think that they're called LIBs, libs, or whatever. I don't know what they're called. I forget. But anyway, they add, like, normally in Game Maker you have move, main 1, main 2, controls, score, extra, draw, and that's it. So I got extra things. Move in room, save load, stuff like that, because I don't want to do codes, because I'm lazy. I'm lazy, but I want it to be good, so for some things that need me to not be lazy, I won't be lazy. But things like making a platformer engine, so like walking left and right, jumping and stuff, I can be lazy for that, because look, it has all the things I need right here. So basically how this works is, I'll tell you what everything is. I know it seems like a lot, because look at all these things that I have. But don't worry, it's not too much. So then initialize character variables. Variables, if you're new to Game Maker, basically they're little phrases that means certain things. So like, for example, P1 attack is set to 0. So then whenever you go to something and change P1 attack and set it to 1, you can use that to do certain things and stuff. So it's really useful. But anyway, so initialize character variables. This is, again, part of this. What it does is sets the walk animation speed to 0.35 of a, what is it? I think a second. I'm pretty sure. Don't fully understand all that I think of this as, because I don't think about it as like seconds or minutes in GameMaker. I've just learned to think of it as numbers that mean a certain speed or motion or whatever it is. So it's at the speed of 0.35. Movement is 3. Jump speed, so he, because this is for Ouija, he jumps at the speed of 8, moves at the speed of 3. His maximum height is for 3. His gravity speed, so how fast he gets pulled down, is 0.8. And then his idle animations, like standing still, is 0.1. But that doesn't matter since it's only one sprite. Sprite initializes just initializes his sprites. So his idle sprite and his jumping sprite are the same thing, since his sprite that I got from Mario is missing. Where he originated from, pretty much. Except he was called Luigi. People made him Ouija, though. Anyway, so his idle sprite is the same as his jumping sprite, since that's kind of how he jumps. He doesn't really have a jumping sprite. And then his walking sprite it has. So that just initializes the sprites to make it so that when you have events like move left, he has move left and everything. And then key input. This is just controls. Left, right, up, and up. Well, that's for the platformer engine, anyway. So then set variable. This just sets the variable player 1 attack, so P1 attack to 0, which means he's not doing an attack, like a combat attack. I mean, it's like punches and kicks. And then charge. That is the energy bar that I added in my version, which I'll explain in a minute when I show you more of the game. So then player 1, P1 blast, that's things like, Ouija stare and lots of spaghetti. That's what those are. So like if it's set to true, that means that he's firing something. And then execute a piece of code just sets his animation direction to be 1. It's the direction of his animation. And then alarm 0. Alarm 0 is an event that where you can set an alarm to after a certain amount of GameMaker speed time second minute thingies to a certain number, and then when that number is up, like, so let's say you set it to 50, which I think it is no, it's 35, so it's 35. When you do his lots of spaghetti, it says 35, and then it's the 35 GameMaker time thingies are done in alarm 0, because you can set, like, different alarms to have more than one. When 35 is done in alarm 0, the variable player 1 blast is set back to false again. So then every step, so every single GameMaker time thingy, environmental movement, this just sets stuff like gravity in the platformer engine. Start a block, basically a block is like, I don't need these here actually. Basically what that does is it combines all of the things inside the start and the end. Well, this is what I think it is, and this is kind of what I've been using it as. It combines them into one event, so something like this. So these happen at the same time instead of in a row, like first this happens actually and then these things happen, if you get that. So like when you have the block, they happen at the same time. So at the same time, if player 1 charge is equal to true, it'll make his sprite the charging stance, which is this. He's kind of just looking at you, and then the green aura or aurora, whatever it's called, you know what I mean, the glowing thing around you when you're charging energy. That is this, which I'll show you again in a second. So this video might actually be 1 minute. Where's my Bandicam thing? Sorry, I just want to see how long the. Come on, where is it? Where did it go? Oh no, what did I open? No, stop it! Stop it! No, this isn't good. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. One minute, what the heck? Oh, I think it stopped recording, but I'm not sure. It says it's still recording. I think that it's still recording. Well, sorry that I was quiet. I thought that it stopped recording. Thought I messed up. But anyway, might cut that part out. Yeah, so these two things happen at the same time. So then on collision with object block, move into contact. That's, again, platform engine thing. Makes so that it's a solid and he can't fall through it. Then when you're not pressing any key, player 1 attack is 0. Shift. So when you press the shift key or hold it down, again, don't need these here. The score will keep on rising 1 for every game maker time thingy that you're holding down shift, which is actually pretty fast. I would slow it down a little bit, but I don't really know how. Yeah. I don't know everything. But here, so start a block. These things happen at the same time. It has the green glowing magical thing around him when he's charging, and player 1 charge is set to true. And then left, when you press left, it changes the animation direction. And then if player 1 charge is false, he will move left. Again, don't need these. But otherwise, if it's so, like, meaning if it's true, it'll exit this event, so he can't move. Yeah, because otherwise he could just hold down shift the entire game. And that does that for everything. So like up, same thing. I jump, does the same thing. Right does the same thing. Then C key. That's so like the letter C. When you press the letter C, if the score is larger than 9, so 10 and up, it will. So yeah, so if the score is larger than 9. It will see if the player 1 blast is equal to false and if the charge is equal to false. So then that's in the same block. Like here, it's in the same block. And if these are all true, so if the score is larger than 9, if it's equal to false, then this block will happen where the P1 blast will be set to true. The alarm will be set to 35, which is higher than the weak attack, because C is the strong attack, so it'll be set to 35. Basically, that's just a delay so that you can't spam the button to constantly shoot projectiles. Oh yeah, I might make this video 2 parts. Just saying, because it's getting pretty long. It's like 17 minutes. It says it right down here on Bandicam, but you won't see it in the final video, so I'm gonna stop putting the mouse there. So in 35 Game Maker time thingies, so it'll happen, like everything will happen, and then you can't press the C, like when you press the C key, nothing will happen again for 35 Game Maker time thingies. And then, so yeah, after this is set to true, this is set to 35. Well, again, it happens at once because of the block. It'll change the animation if the animation direction is facing to the right, 1 is to the right, it'll make the object lots of spaghetti, which is the lots of spaghetti, it just moves to the right. But if animation is equal to -1, which means he's facing left, it'll make lots of spaghetti too. Same thing, just moves left. And then it'll change the spray into Ouija spaghetti, because that puts his hand out like he's throwing the bowl of spaghetti at you, and it plays the sound spaghetti. And then that happens, and otherwise, so if all these stuff is the opposite, so if all this stuff is the opposite of what it says right now, it'll just exit the event and nothing will happen. Then, when you press the X key, oh yeah, that's the kick. So all this in one block. If the player 1 charge is equal to false, so if player 1 charge is false, this block will happen, where it'll set player 1 attack to 1, and it'll change the sprite into Ouija kick. And otherwise, so if it's equal to true, exit the event. When you press the Z key, I'm not going to fully explain this because it's the same as C, is it? Wait, yeah, same as C, except just different numbers. So yeah, you can look at it. If the score is larger than 4, these are the same, but time is different. So you can do the Ouija stare after 10 Game Maker time thingies. This just makes Ouija stare, but other than that, same thing. Change the spray to Ouija stare instead of the lots of spaghetti Ouija that puts his hand out. This makes his eyes glow. And then otherwise, if none of this is how this is stated right here, it'll just exit the event. Now this is when you release the shift key. So when you let go of the key that does this, it'll set the player one charge to false. Again, don't need these. I'm kind of obsessed with those now because they're awesome. They help me a lot. And then when you release X, so yeah, this, the Ouija kick, when you let go of it, this I actually need so that can happen at once. When you let go of it, it'll set the player one attack back to 0 and make Ouija to idle. It'll change the sprite back to like standing still. That's what that is. So yeah, that's basically how it works. And then Malio, don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of his events again. They're the same as Ouija's, just with Malio's items and sprites. And then his character variables are different. So I'll just show you the character variables. So basically, well, when Malio's done, what will happen is he will be slower than everyone else and jump shorter, just like he kind of does currently. Yeah, so like he'll jump shorter and move slower. He already does that, but his attacks will be stronger. Ouija is kind of a he runs fast, but he's not very strong. So here, Malio, he has a movement of only 2.5. Ouija has 3. His jump speed is 7.5. Not Malio. Ouija's is 8. Malio's is 7.5. His maximum height, they're both 3. I don't remember if I fully understand this or not, but I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Gravity speed still 0.8, unless I rose it because like he's fat. And then idle animation 0.1. So that's basically how everything works. I hope that the first part of this video didn't take too long. This was kind of just an introduction to everything. Oh, actually, no. Wait, should I? Yeah, that's an introduction to everything. Hope you guys understood the introduction to it. Hopefully, if you like how the game is coming out and you like how everything works and you just want to see how the game is and you want to see me working on the game, well, that video is going to be posted soon, and you're actually going to get to see me working on it. So yeah, I'm going to stop recording this video, start working on it and recording it, and yeah, so hope to see you guys in that video. And so for now, thank you guys for watching.